Yeah, you was fantastic. Threw the ball exceptionally well. You know, all parts of the lineup, including Ohtani, and give him a ton of credit for keeping the focus and concentration. You know, to be able to go grab that seventh inning, that was obviously pretty important.
What did you make of the commotion on the field today?
That's a pretty broad question, man. Series started with the comment about a fight and punching, and we're gonna beat them to the punch and all that. And somebody brought it up to me, and I don't read all that stuff. No offense, but we've been punching on the field all year, and hostile environment. What I got out of it was a bunch of dudes that showed up in front of a big hostile crowd with stuff being thrown at them and said, we're going to talk with our play. We ain't going to back down. We're going to elevate our game. We're going to be together, and we're going to take care of business.
Do you have an update on Bogarts? What is he dealing with?
He was cramped up, so we'll see. No more tomorrow.
Leg, calf, quad, what was it?
It was a hamstring.
Mark, in the front.
When Betts hit the ball to left field, did you think that was a home run? And how important was that catch in terms of changing the momentum of the game?
That was big. We get off with a 1-0 lead. Toddy puts another good swing on a baseball. Did that several times tonight. He's been doing it. Go back out, and Mookie puts a swing, and Pro got him. So it's a big play. Kept the momentum on our side, and we just took it from there.
Russell.
Mike, when you talk about composure and your team being able to, despite the success and everything going on, keep themselves composed, how much pride does that give you, where it seemed like from the broadcast, Manny brought everybody together, had a conversation, that you guys can deal with that in-house without you having to step up and say something in-game?
Yeah, no, I went out in the field to make sure my players were safe and make sure there was some precautions taken. Dan and the umpires crew, I thought, did a really good job in a tough situation. They kept their composure. Fine balance between, figuring out getting them off the field. We're trying to get you out there for the seventh. The guys are wanting to play, making sure guys are safe. So I felt like the crew did a really good job. So hats off to Dan and that group. And then we talked a little bit on the field. And then, to Manny's credit, his leadership gets everybody. He's able to share, how we want to compete in the dugout with our group. And, it was impressive, and just it brings us even closer together.
From a team standpoint, with your outfield, specifically with Fernando and Jackson and Jurickson, what they can do both offensively and defensively, how big of an advantage is that for you, especially going into a postseason where you never know where you're going to need them, whether it's offense or defense?
Yeah, no, it's good. We want to win on every side of the ball. You mentioned Robin, Mookie. Toddy made a really nice play on Hernandez's ball. Arise with a little pick, but specifically the outfielders, when guys can beat you in every different area of the game, that's how this game's played, and that's how we like to play. So Pro, Jackson, big day for him again. Pro's bunt I thought was exceptional to kind of get us going again, to open it up, and Toddy being Toddy. So, they're ballers.
Standing up on the left.
Mr. Shildt, right here.
Okay, sorry.
When that thing happened, in the top of the seventh, did you ever think about maybe you need to change Darvish, or you wanted him to finish that inning?
Wanted him to finish the inning. He's throwing the ball exceptionally well. Everything was working. He was magnificent again. I didn't probably articulate that well enough earlier. But now we're in, talked to Ruben about it. It's a long delay. I don't know how long, but it was multiple delays. We've got things coming at Pro. We got things coming at Toddy. It was a long. And he, first at bat, he walks Will. And, so we got Jason going in case. But settled down, made his pitches, and, got his guys.
One last one for Mike. Let's finish up with Barry.
Mike, just a couple of things. So Darvish was warming up through that whole thing, too. And as he's adding up the pitches, it's sort of like I'm looking out there go, don't throw too many, don't throw too many. It's kind of like you're wasting it at that point. And like you said, then he walks the first guy. So, I mean, it was obviously a disruption for him as well as he was pitching, right?
Yeah, clearly a disruption. As far as how much, Darvish threw, I mean, this guy's experienced guy, so I think he knows how to self-regulate what he needed to do to get ready for the inning to start again. Also,
on the Ohtani at bat, where he threw like just a mixture of like 80 mile an hour and 70 mile an hour curveballs. To your point from yesterday, finding a way to get him out, not throwing fastballs down the middle. And then the final one was the hardest pitch he threw, and he just chinked it back to the mound. I thought that was incredible pitching for him.
I do too. Pitching is the disruption of hitters' balance and timing. That's why I feel comfortable about our guys. We have a lot of really talented arms. You was really good at that. The back and forth is the timing, the in and out is the balance, and he was able to do that masterfully tonight against the whole lineup.
And then the one last thing is that did you think the whole thing kind of started with Tatis getting hit there and then Manny and Flaherty going at each other for a while, and then kind of devolved into that 7-inning thing?
Yeah, I don't know how it got there. I mean, listen, there's competition between the lines that's going to take place. That again, we don't really look to start anything. We're not going to take it. That's going to happen in high leverage situations. How that happens is no excuse for what happens in the stands and things being thrown at and safety of our players. There's no escalation to that. We know, both sides know this is a competitive series. We're going to compete hard. They're going to compete hard. Things are going to happen. We can leave that on the field. But, as far as anything happening, in a stadium like that with towards our players, that's just not acceptable. And I know we're about to go back to San Diego with a very, very loud, raucous, aggressive, hungry crowd that's going to be super excited and going to be getting after it. But I know also that we'll stay classy, San Diego.
All right, Mike, thanks. We'll see you back in San Diego.
What's that again? Didn't love it.
No.
Okay, we'll get started with you and Shingo. We'll do questions in English first. We'll start with Jeff on the left side.
I asked you about facing Ohtani before the series, and you said the focus was facing all 9 Dodgers. You did that today, and you did not have any traffic for Ohtani when you faced him. How important was that in dictating your day?
そうですね。一人一人ちゃんと集中して、投げたことで、その2回以外はそこまで苦しむことなく、投げることができたので良かったと思います。
Yeah, I think it was important. Felt like I had really good concentration on the mound, just going batter by batter, and just great focus. And I did get in trouble a little bit in the second inning, but other than that, I thought it was a pretty good night.
Can you walk us through your perspective of the top of the 7th inning with the things coming on the field and you having to stay warm for 10, 15 minutes, wherever that was?
でもあんなこと経験したことなかったので、とにかくこのイニングに点を与えないこと、点を与えてしまうとまた流れが変わってしまうかもしれないので、それはすごく意識しました。
Yeah, I've never experienced anything like that. What I was thinking was, I was thinking that it's important not to give up any runs in that inning. And, if you do that, the tendency is that the game flow changes. So my mindset was just shut them down here.
Mark, up here in the front.
In the first inning, what did you think when you realized that Profar actually made the catch and it wasn't a home run by Betts?
いやもう完全にもう同点だから大丈夫って切り替えたので、すごくラッキーだと思いました。
Yeah, I thought that was gone. And, my mind was like, okay, it's a tie game. let's go, let's get back into the game. But obviously he actually caught that ball, so I feel lucky.
Jeff.
You were right there when Manny called that meeting in the dugout after that seventh inning. What was said?
汚い言葉を喋ってます。
Some dirty words here and there.
Series is 1-1 going back to San Diego. How do you feel about that, having the way you guys won today?
いやもうすごく大きいと思いますね。やっぱりこの2試合、パドレスのファンの前でサンディエゴで野球ができるっていうのは0勝2敗でやるのとまた違うと思うので、すごく大きいと思います。
Oh, I think it's huge, getting one win here, going back, having 2 games there, it's really good for us, yeah, for sure.
Anything else in English, Barry?
Hey, would you go over that classic at bat you had with Ohtani, the one there you just mixed up the slow stuff until your last pitch? That was the only one over 90, and he chopped it back to the mound.
Which at bat was that?
The second one, I think it was in the I can't remember which inning, but he grounded back to you, and that's the way it ended. Every pitch in that at bat was like an 80-mile-an-hour, 70-mile-an-hour, and then back, and then the final pitch was a cutter that was like 90.
とにかく、球種だけじゃなくて、反応を見ながらそうですけど、セットに入ってから長く持ったりとか、足の上げてる時間ちょっと変えたりとか、そういう工夫は全体的にしてます。
I was trying to see how he reacted to some of the pitches that I was throwing, and on top of that, I was trying to keep him off balance by, holding a little bit longer, stuff like that, so that anything that you can do to keep him off balance. So, I think it worked pretty well tonight.
Wild. Oh man, it's definitely wild out here, but at the same time, it's a good environment for baseball. Although people get carried away a little bit for their emotions, but I mean, it's a good back and forth, and at the end of the day, it's a show, and we should enjoy every moment.
How did you feel about what took place in the top of the 7th inning with the things coming on the field, security?
Just think, like I said, just the emotion is going through the roof. Dodger fans, they were just not happy. I mean, they're losing the game, obviously, and just a lot of back and forth. And what can I say? Wish they could control a little bit more their emotion, but at the end of the day, I see that it's part of a game.
Alden, straight back.
Hey, Fernando, I know you often hear it from fans in right field, right here, straight, right in front of you. I know you often hear it from fans in right field. Did today seemingly, in your mind, go over the line a little bit? And at what point did it kind of escalate the back and forth with you and the fans out here tonight?
For me, I feel like just when it went over the line, when they started throwing stuff into the field, I feel like that should not be happening on a big league game. And then the words, I mean, fans are coming over here to a baseball park to enjoy themselves. They can say whatever they want. I really don't mind. I'll start shipping back, and I'll give you a moment of where you can enjoy yourself. Just me talking to you as a fan, and yeah, I just see it that way, and I embrace it that way.
And in that 7th inning, when a couple of balls got thrown in Jurickson Profar's direction, you guys all gathered together in left field. Why did you guys all come together in that moment?
Just a lot of stuff just going at the time, and we have to stay together in a moment like that. As a team and the group we are, we obviously staying together, and we saw our boy Profar out there getting balls, throws at him, and he has rights to be mad, but at the end of the day, we understand that we're in a mission and stuff like that is gonna happen, and we just come together as a group as quick as possible, and we talk stuff, and man, we just keep grinding it like we just did.
Staying in the back on the left side.
Fernando, in a short series, fair to say this is a game your team had to have. Tell me about your night and getting the team started with the first inning homer and hitting 2 home runs in a playoff game.
Just our mindset, how we're coming off the gate. on just with our foot on the pedal since the beginning, and that's one thing that we have been doing since the beginning, the entire year. So we're definitely not changing that, and we're just adding more pressure, and that's what we're capable of as a group, and we're gonna keep with that mentality.
Russell, down here on the right.
Fernando, you talked about the environment and playing in this ballpark. You historically play very well here. I think you have the most homers outside of Petco here. Is there something about this ballpark that brings out the best in you?
Just the energy that is over here in Dodger Stadium. I mean, everybody know the type of the type of game that we're playing. The players from the other side, just the talent is through the roof, and ourselves same way. So every time you're playing against the best, obviously you want to come on top, and you definitely want to show who you really are.
We'll stay here on the right side in the third row.
Can you tell how did you saw the Darvish pitching today?
It was amazing. It was really beautiful. See him pitch that way in a postseason game, especially knowing what he went through all this season. He's coming back from dealing with injuries and coming back and performing on a critical game for us the way he did. He definitely set the tone for us, and he gave us the opportunity to play the game that we did today. And man, just happy for my boy right now.
And again, standing up in the back.
Did you realize Profar caught that ball? And if so, when did you realize?
I did not. I was probably like everybody else, had that question mark until he started jumping back, and then he showed the ball, and man, my emotion went through the roof. I was screaming at him. I definitely knew that he wasn't listening to me, but still I was screaming at him and just happy how we're playing this game right now.
And I know Jackson's done similar stuff all year, but has he shown you anything in October with what he's done on this stage?
He's just going to show up and ball. What this kid has done for this team this year is just amazing. His talent is unbelievable. His character, I feel like everybody can see it, what type of baseball player he is. He's a great human, but man, he's 21, and the way he's playing baseball, I can definitely see something great in him, and I just wish him nothing but the best.
And we'll finish up with Jeff on the left.
What can you tell us about the meeting that Manny called in the dugout after that seventh inning?
Like we all been talking, just a lot of stuff going on, at the moment, and we just gather up together and we tell each other, especially Manny, to control our emotions, especially him when he was chirping at the starting pitcher from their side, but just regroup, resettle. The game was on our side. We know what we're capable of, and man, it was just a reminder who we really are as a group, and just how crazy we can go a place, how we can turn a place to go nuts. So that was all about.
And the thing that led up to some of the commotion appeared to be the pitch that hit you. A lot of talking between Manny and Flaherty after that. How did you feel about that pitch?
It was a two-seamer. The game is on the line. I know, my boys had my back the entire time, and everybody saw it tonight. But at the end of the game, we're playing baseball. It's too early in the game to be doing stuff like that, and there's too much of an important series just to be throwing like guys. That's what I understand. That's what my IQ of baseball is telling me. So, when he hit me, he just pumped me. He just gave me more energy. My boys gave me more energy, and I know from there we're just gonna embrace that moment and just take that energy on our side and just play baseball how we did tonight.